Good morning, world. Every year as the new year rolls around, we generally hear people talk about setting New Year's resolutions or making New Year's resolutions and all these things that they're going to do next year, this year, how this year is going to be better. But you know, around March, you start realizing, it's the same old you, huh? And truly, people who make New Year's resolutions, they come from a good place. But I've always been more of a proponent of goal setting than resolutions, because resolutions seem more like wish lists where you're wishing on a star, but goals are things that you actually can do. And that's why today we're talking about 5 tips for making or for goal setting success. First is to make it personal. When you have a personal goal, something that you truly want for yourself or for your family or for whatever part of your life, it's easier to work on. You're more enthusiastic about it. You're more motivated to work toward it. And that's why we're saying make it something personal, not something other people in your life want you to do, not something you think you should do because that's what's expected of you. It has to be something that is personal, something that I want for me, that I want for my family, for my household, something personal. 2 is to make sure that you apply the characteristics of a goal. A goal, some people say 3, some people say 4, but my way of breaking it down is a goal is supposed to be clear and specific. I'm one of the people with the 3. Clear and specific. It also needs to be time tested, and it also needs to be measurable. Meaning, when you tell me the goal, I actually went over that in a different video. Please excuse the quality. That was way back when. I went over the different characteristics of a goal. It needs to be clear. It needs to be specific. It needs to be measurable, as in when you will know where you are now, and you will know when you've reached it. You will be able to see along the way the different, the different changes that are happening as you're progressing. And of course, time tested, because a goal cannot be something that is indefinite. It has to have a time limit, or of this is when it's going to happen. Because if there's no time set, it's one of those, it's almost a wish. Yeah, it is a wish, because you don't have a particular time to do it. It's, yeah, eventually one day hopefully before I die, I'll do it, maybe. But if it has a timetable, then we're actually working with something. Put it out in the open. And I'm not saying you have to tell every single person you encounter what your goal is, but put it out in the open, as in, 1, put it out in the universe. Let the universe help you get that positive energy to work towards it. But the other part is, when it's out in the open, it's almost like you have an obligation. So don't keep your goals so much of a secret. Even you don't have to blab it to the world, but there are people in your life who can know about it, because it's another way of holding you accountable, because you've said you're gonna do this, and now it's almost like you have to do it because people are expecting you to do it. So put it out the open, just 1, to help the universe, to have it out in the universe, and help the universe bring you resources. And of course, that could mean that people you told about your goal can be the ones that are helping you get the resources that you may need. 4, get an accountability partner. An accountability partner, I've mentioned for different other things that you do where you want an accountability partner. That's that person who gives you that push, that person who keeps you honest, that person who will say, hey, you haven't been to the gym in 3 weeks. How are you supposed to be building muscles? Or you haven't started, or how are you doing with your college applications or your scholarship applications when your goal is to get back to school? So an accountability partner is someone who keeps you honest, who will check in on you to make sure that you are staying on task, you're doing the things that you should be doing towards reaching your goal. And 5, believe. If you don't believe that it is possible, you're less likely to invest the resources to get your goal met. So you have to believe. 1, believe in yourself that you are capable of reaching that goal. And you have to also believe that this goal is actually attainable. I will share a quick story. I'll try to make it quick, but I've been very excited all week because I went to see Star Wars last week, and while I'm sitting there, I see this face. I'm like, I think that's Oscar. I think that's Oscar. And I keep telling my friend, I think that's Oscar. And sure enough, I got home and it was Oscar Isaac, who when I knew him back in high school was Oscar Hernandez. And sure enough, I went and I looked in my yearbook and I saw where he signed. I will post a little picture of what he said. He signed the yearbook, regular yearbook stuff. He signed it and he says, "This is my signature. I'm gonna be real famous. Cut it out for money in a few years." And guess what? He is now a household name because this guy back in 1997 believed that he could do it and he worked towards it. And now he is a name that if you don't know because you haven't seen the movie yet, you will know very soon. And a lot of people already knew, but now he's a household name. So I'm very excited. So yes, believe. You have to believe that your goal is one, possible, and second, you have to believe that you can do it. And let's do a quick recap. 1, it has to be personal. 2, you have to apply the characteristics of a goal, such as measurable, time-tested, specific, and clear. 3, put it out in the open. Let the universe and other people around you help you get the resources. 4, get an accountability partner, someone to keep you honest and keep you working. And finally, believe, because you have to believe you can do it and you have to believe that it is possible in order for you to be motivated to continue going for it. That is all we have for today. Good morning, world. Have a great day.